Good evening all, and welcome to another video on All How the Ale. It's Sunday night, which means it's kind of trad beer night, and the beer we're going for tonight is a lager. It is this one. It is Asahi Super Dry, and it is the first time I've tried this beer, and I don't know why I've avoided it other than the fact that I was never a big lager drinker. It's one that has had a massive amount of check-ins on Untappd, which you'll see later on. And it seems to be very popular among many people. And it says on the back that Asahi Super Dry is brewed to the authentic Japanese recipe to deliver its dry, crisp taste and quick, clean finish that complements all occasions. The distinctive dry taste is known as karakuchi, a taste we're dedicated to mastering by using only the finest ingredients and continuously advancing our brewing technology. So all that sounds very well and good, but does it deliver? Well, let's find out, shall we? It weighs in at 5.2% ABV for those who've never tried it before like me. It's unusual. It doesn't actually say it on the front of the bottle. You have to go hunting around the back of the label. Very small, just down the bottom there. That's all it says. So yeah, let's get it out into a glass and see what we think. Now, naturally, I don't have any branded glassware for this one. So the closest I've got that I'm going to use is my Stella glass. And the pour is... I guess exactly what I expect for a lager. It is pale. Not quite as pale as I was expecting. Crystal clear. Well carbonated. With a nice white head. I mean, look at it. Those sweets we used to get as kids that look like lager bottles. It's exactly what it looks like in this glass. You've got I won't say monstrous head. There's a monstrous head. But that head looked pretty decent. Yeah, it looks good. It does, I must say. It looks like a good lager. Let's have a whiff. Does it smell like one? It smells light and crisp. It smells... I'm going to say Americanized. It's got that Budweiser type thing going on. That almost, well, rice-based lager. Is this one rice-based? Let's have a look. What do we see? Where's the ingredients? Water, barley malt, cornstarch, maize, hops and rice. So yes, it's got that thing going on. Yeah, it doesn't have that grassy aroma that many of the German lagers have that I love. That SARS thing. It smells quite sharp and acidic and almost boozy, even though it's only a pretty standard 5.2% lager. Yeah, so it doesn't smell overly inviting. I'm going to say that up front and honestly. Looks good though, although that head has dissipated. So looks good. Smells. See what it tastes like. Cheers. It tastes better than it smells. It's clean, crisp, like a good lager should be. Light. There is a savoury edge to this one. Again, it's got that American thing going on. There is a subtle bitterness on the back end that I quite like, but the main flavour profile is a little bit, dare I say, bland for my taste. It's not popping. It's not vibrant. It's not as nice as some other lagers that I've had. And that tanginess on the nose is present on the flavour as well. The dryness, I think, is my favourite thing about it, but yeah. And it's crisp and clean and light. I can see why people like it in such vast numbers, but it's not a lager that I would say, yeah, I'm gonna love this one. Ah, that's a shame. That is a shame. So, I was talking about huge numbers, and we'll refer to them on the Untappd scoreboard of joy. And I've rounded down for this one. It's had 292,000 check-ins with an average of 3.1. That's a huge amount of check-ins. And the wisdom of crowds is usually something that we can trust, shall we say. Where's my bit of chalk gone? There it is. In this instance, I don't agree with it. But as always, we're objective about the scoring on the channel. So I will always be open and honest. We're going to give it the usual 5 pillars of judgment. The looks, the aroma, the body, the taste, and the finish. Starting with the looks. That bit I could not fault. It looks good. It's got a nice golden colour. It's crystal clear. It had a lovely sort of 2.5 finger white foamy head, which unfortunately did dissipate a little bit quickly. But it looked like a beer that I would want to drink. If I picked it out of a lineup, I'd say that was a nice looking beer. So I'm going to give it the full point. The aroma was the first port of call where I thought, not so much. Like I say, it smells Budweiser-like. It's got that kind of thing going on. It smells like it wasn't made with love. It doesn't smell like it's got those beautiful grassy hops that I particularly enjoy in a lager. This smells slightly acidic, ever so slightly boozy, and void of much else. So going on my scores, on my scoreboard of joy, I can't give this one more than a quarter. There's little bits I like about it, but really not a lot. The body works. You know, it's a lager. It's light. It's carbonated. It's crisp. It does what a lager should in that sense. So yeah, I can't fault that. So it has to have a point. I wouldn't change it. It's perfect for the style. Taste, again, I have a little bit of an issue with. It's got that slightly savoury edge. A little bit of hop, a little bit of bitterness, but on the whole, it's very bland lager. And again, I'm going to give it the same. I like the bitterness, but I'm going to give it the 0.25. I really don't find anything else I like about it. And the finish, again, I like the dryness, and I like that little hint of bitterness, but really not a lot else. There's no distinct grassiness. There's no distinct kind of peppery nature of some of those hops I really enjoy in a lager. There's none of that almost citric type thing that many lagers have. This is void of anything that I like apart from the dryness, which means I'm going to give it the 0.25 again, which means it's got 2.75 out of 5 on my scoreboard of joy. So we come to the bonus options. It can't have a bonus because it did not get the full 5 points. I wouldn't buy it again, I'm going to be brutally honest. And value for money depends on whether or not you like this beer. I don't like this beer, but it's available in that 500ml bottle from Tesco's on 3 for £5, which is a 500ml, isn't it? Yeah, 500ml. It's a pretty decent price. So if you like it, it represents pretty decent value for money. 1.5 litres for a £5. You're not going to complain too much. So, yeah, I'll give it a value for money based on those who enjoy it. You know, it's not overly expensive, and I hope some of the other beers that I bought on the 3 for £5 are better tasting than that. There's certainly bigger bottles that might give you a clue over the next few weeks as to which ones they are. But yeah, for now, it's only got 2.75 out of 5, sorry, and the value for money tick box. Which is a shame because I wanted to like it based on the numbers and a pretty decent average score. So yeah, there we go. That has been a little bit of a disappointment, and we're just going to leave it there and say that has been the beer. I've been me. Those down there are the buttons. You know exactly what to do with them by now. You've got the like, comment, dislike, and subscribe. Choose any combination of them as you wish, and I will see you again soon for another video. Bye.